Can we say that you both mean developed nations, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Before we wrap up, I do have a final question for you. What's one message that you'd like to get out to American citizens and others of the world? Given that that's the purpose that you're here to speak. You're speaking tomorrow on the Hill, and you just spoke in front of the European Union. And so, what is it that you'd like to leave us with? What can we share and pass on to the rest of our communities?
Well, I would say to American people that in order to take decisions about their energy consumption, they have to look to other people's rights. And in this case, we are talking about a main right. It's a right to food for people, Guatemalan people, and that the American decisions cannot entail processes that go against this right in Guatemala. And I think they have to stop setting up targets that mean land grab out of their borders, and that put in high risk the right to food for other people.
Just a quick follow-up. Some of the research that I've come across talks about land grabbing and how a lot of developed nations are having to, they can't sustain themselves and they aren't producing enough food within their own countries to feed their people. And so they are going overseas and grabbing land, and then they're growing crops, and then they're simply importing back into their own countries. And so I have to ask this, what do you guys think of that sort of framework when you go into a developing nation that is in desperate need of food, and as a developed nation you grow all of this food around famine, in the heart of famine, and then you take that food out of there and you take it to people that may live in a world where there's plenty of overconsumption?
Yeah. Well, our people, Guatemalan people, and I'm sure Senegal is the same thing, but talking about Guatemalan people is a very strong people, works a lot and knows how to work land. And we have, it's a very Asian culture of farmers, which had a very, very great development back in history. So I think we have the right to determine how to produce and what to produce.
Yes, I just agree what she said. Our message is to put in place international regulation about agrofuels and try to drop down the targets, and then to try also to establish energy efficiency in order to reduce the demand in energy. I think that's a good point. I don't think that we can replace oil, petroleum by agrofuel. I don't believe that. So we need to find out a lot of alternative about this crisis of oil.
And I would say that, I would add that it's not ethic to come afterwards with assistance. It's not the food and grains excedents that the developed countries have on grains. It's about having the right to decide on our own, our destinies. That's the point.
Thank you both very much. This has been so informative. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll get to see you both tomorrow.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
So,